this is Delia Delgado.
I'm Laura Sepulveda.
I'm Laura Guerrero.
I'm Arnav Rajkota.
And we are going to present the analysis of the article Not Made in China, Integration of Social Sustainability into a Strategy at NUDIE Jeans Co. Hope you enjoy it.
Don't wait for an invitation. No need for reservation. This life is an exploration, and you gotta see what I see in you.
Companies nowadays are trying to integrate corporate social responsibility into their main management and marketing strategies in order to not focus only on the economic results, but also on the environmental and social issues regarding their own business. In this case, we're trying to explain how NUDIE Jeans Company, a Swedish company, incorporate the social sustainability policy into their jeans production in order to provide a safe and ethical environment for all of its workers. This we're going to explain through 5 key points that will show the impact, the importance, and the benefits of this social policy NUDIE.
The first key point of our presentation is the reasoning behind the decision of adopting social sustainable policies for the company. Since its foundation in 2001, NUDIE Jeans has been a highly profitable company with consistent increasing turnover. It stands as a clear example of how sustainability policies can be incorporated into the strategy and still the company makes profits. With informal market surveys carried out by NUDIE representatives showing that sustainability concerns weren't the key reason for the purchase of their products, the motive behind adopting sustainability policies arises directly from the owner's personal values and views of doing the right thing and of how sustainability can be a source of future competitive advantage. NUDIE Jeans adopted the policy of restrictive sourcing, that is, only sourcing from countries with a democratic environment and suitable working conditions. This increases their cost of production highly, but they continue to pursue this policy, and this can be justified between the relationship between business and ethics. Where nowadays the success of a company depends on more than just the financial statements. The relationship between profits and corporate social responsibility is still strong and affects not only the managers but also the employees and the shareholders.
The second key point is the impact of social sustainability in the value chain and the quality of the product. The concept of the value chain tells us that is the way a company develops its products in order to give the highest value to the customer, but they also need to take into account the costs related to these stages, such as the design, the production line, logistics, and delivery. They also need to take into account the satisfaction of the customer is related to the quality of the products. Based on these assumptions and to the fact that they thought the best quality products were the ones made in Europe, they decided to only source from countries located in this continent. But then they decided to take the concept of global outsourcing and apply it to the company, but change its meaning of the cheapest sources of labor and supplies to invest a little more and get suppliers with great work conditions for their workers, restrictive policies, and traceability. This way they are committing to a better future for the company, also for the environment and for the workers and the people related to the business. So they are making sure that the value chain keeps working a long time and has still great results, and so that people can get the same satisfaction and value from its products.
The third key point of our presentation is the integration of social sustainability into strategy and the core of the business. There are 3 dimensions to sustainability. One is the economic dimension, the second is the environmental dimension, and the third is the social dimension. What companies generally tend to do is concentrate on the environmental aspect of sustainability and the economic aspect, and ignore the social aspect completely. So the social aspect of sustainability is highly important and complements the other aspects. NUDIE Jeans Corporation has been successful in incorporating social sustainability into strategy and the core of their business. They follow the policy of restrictive sourcing, which allows them to source from countries which have only democratic setup with suitable working conditions. NUDIE Jeans aims to be the most transparent company by disclosing the names of all its factories and the working conditions, and also disclosing the names of its sub-suppliers, such as the suppliers of its buttons, zippers, etc. This is a daunting task for a company in a garment industry where companies don't even know their first or second tier suppliers. Not only products which they sell, NUDIE Jeans aim to incorporate sustainability into the products of internal use. That is the products that they use inside their office, such as computers, laptops, mobile phones, etc. They aim to source these products from democratic countries as well. But in this aspect, they have a long way to go, as this is a very difficult task and a vast undertaking for any company anywhere.
Point number 4 is restrictive sourcing and traceability as main sustainable strategies. Like Arnav said, they have many different suppliers that go from the button suppliers to the zippers and the embroidery suppliers. So NUDIE has a very vast production line around 9 countries, and they have to keep control in order to enforce their restrictive sourcing policy. So what we have found is this really good part in their website called the production guide. Here you can choose by country or by product type what you want to see. For example, you can click on the jeans part and it will highlight Italy and Tunisia where they are made. And then you can click on the country, let's say Italy, and it will pop up the country profile and list you all the suppliers and even the sub-suppliers. And for each supplier and sub-supplier, you can click on a PDF report that will give you a summary of their audit performance. And it highlights in green the good parts and in red the parts where they can improve. And it's very interesting to see that they go into very deep detail, even as to know how many workers have a permanent contract, whether they're paid on time, and even if they have comfortable chairs, so they can put attention into detail. So that is very interesting. And it can also be said that this is a very powerful marketing tool that focuses on 3 of the marketing mix points. You have, for one, the product part, because you have the information of your product. Then the place part, because you can tell how it's made and where it's made from. And also the promotion part, because both internal and external stakeholders can look into this. And this, in summary, can lead to a better brand image, and in the long term, it could lead to better sales.
As Laura just said, the incorporation of these social sustainable policies will generate a long-term benefit for the company, since it is an important consideration for competitive success. However, what about the long-term benefit? Let's think as a customer. Whenever we decide if we are going to get or not a jeans, do we actually consider if the raw material is coming from a supplier from a democratic country? No, we don't go that deep on details whenever we are sourcing, right? So we can assume that it is not going to create a short-term benefit. However, this kind of implementation is focusing the long-term benefit. Then, when we talk about the marketing campaigns, when you decide to move from sourcing to democratic countries, even when they were not in India, in Italy, sorry, but when they were not in Italy, they knew that their marketing campaigns have to change. Why? At the beginning, they were advertising all of our products are sourced from Europe. However, right now, if you enter to their website, you could realize that they said around 70% of our garments are made in Europe. So that was a difficulty found by NUDIE Jeans. Then when we talk about the benefit or the difficulties found by the company, we consider the factor of NUDIE Jeans being a small, medium enterprises. If we compare NUDIE to a multinational company, we realize that it was easy for them the implementation of these policies, since they don't have probably hundreds of thousands of suppliers to deal with. Multinational companies have them, and the most important thing, they might have contracts for years and years that they cannot just change at some point.
So as a conclusion, NUDIE had to not only apply their policy internally but also externally, and they went all the way to their supplier subcontractors. It can be said that they successfully applied their mission statement through a number of tools, and we can also say that in the future NUDIE could be taken as a point of reference for other companies trying to incorporate social responsibility within their strategy.
From the article's perspective, it would be interesting if it could analyze deeper the inside of NUDIE games, which means probably the benefits they offer to their employees, especially if we are considering NUDIE as a potential benchmark for future CRS implementation.
I can't wait 1 minute more. The sun does shine, the sun does shine. We can't wait 1 minute more. The sun does shine, the sun does shine.